Alright boys, in this video we're going to be going over this law that you can use, and you can use the law to basically get anything done, anything you want whatsoever. And for our videos we're going to be talking about how you can get lean, how you can get jacked, how you can get an aesthetic using this law. And the law basically is, if you're tired of guessing how to train and eat, join my free school community. You'll get my full programs, cultural diet guides, weekly calls, and a community that actually keeps you accountable. Links in the description below. Work expands to fill the time available for its completion. Now, what it means and how you can apply it to fitness, for example, is say you give yourself 6 months to lose 10 kilograms. Then, according to the law, it will take you 6 months. But say you give yourself 8 weeks, then you'll compress and you'll focus, you'll put more effort in, and you'll get the results within 8 weeks. Now, I remember when I used to go to college, when I used to go to university, the teachers would give a few months, a few weeks to do the work. And by the end of, say, the 2 weeks or the 2 months, I would basically start doing the work, and I would get the work done within the timeline. So you can do this. I'm guilty of doing this without even knowing so. But what you can do is, knowing this law, put the deadline on yourself to basically get yourself lean, get yourself aesthetic. Or if you want to do something else, like say you want to hit a certain PR on bench press or on squat, on deadlift, or you want to do a certain amount of pull-ups, then say you're giving yourself 2 months or 3 months, shorten that. Like, whilst knowing this, I would say divide it by half. Like, I remember when I wanted to lose weight, I was 2021. I lost weight a year before. I lost around 30 pounds, but this time, I was very unhealthy, and I thought to myself, you know what, it's going to take me a while to get lean, more than a year. I had it in my head that it would take me more than a year, but near enough. I started, I believe it was January of 2021, but around November, I would say I hit a target. I hit a milestone. I'm like, you know what, I've achieved my goal. But if I say I give myself 6 months, I believe I could have got the results a little bit earlier than I did. November, I think, is like 10 months, so 6 months I would have got it in June. So just do that. Give yourself tighter deadlines and force yourself to work hard, to put the effort in, to do the research, to basically go through trial and error quickly, to come to conclusions a lot quicker. Because using this law and knowing what it means is, you can basically set yourself quicker deadlines, shorter deadlines. And because you've set yourself a deadline, you need to then break it down even more. Like, for example, say you have a goal to, let's just say you want to lose weight. You want to lose 10 kilograms, as I said before. You want to lose 10 kg in 6 months. Then what you would do is you would probably devise yourself a routine. And from the routine, you'll be like, you know what, let me break it into a weekly routine. Then you're like, if you wanted to like have results a little bit quicker, what you could do is have a daily routine and be like, you know what, on Monday I'm going to do a certain amount of cardio. On Tuesday, instead of doing slow intensity cardio, you'll do high intensity cardio. Then on another day you might do something else. On another day you might do something else. Basically, you would do that, and once you figure out, okay, this is what I need to do, this is a routine which will basically keep me on the right line for my goals, and it will allow you to reach your goal a lot quicker than you would have, compared to just say you had a vague goal in mind, whatever that goal might be. But just applying the law, work expands to fill the time available for its completion. It is, I don't know the way to describe it, but it's a very big eye-opener. And certain things you want to make sure of, which you're doing with your workout, to make sure you get to the right level that you need to go to for the amount of weight you want to lose. Make sure every single workout you go harder than last time. You always want to go to failure, at least. Well, the way I have it in my mind now compared to before is, I want to go to failure on every single exercise, because there was a time before when I was training where I wasn't going to failure whatsoever. And because of that, I basically became complacent. My workouts became horrible. You don't know in the moment though. If that's someone like you like, going to the gym is a bit of a drag, but you still go anyway, then that's likely you. And if you're not getting stronger as well, there's no point of you going to the gym if your aim to go to the gym is not to get stronger, is not to get leaner. If you have something else to go to the gym, like you're going for the social aspect, then join a youth club, buy a PlayStation and play Warzone with your friends or whatever. But make sure you're always going hard. And another thing I can tell you this from experience as well is, make sure you're doing things mindfully. You don't want to go to the gym and randomly just do exercises mindlessly. Because the thing is, you won't, let's just put it this way, you'll get more gains doing things mindfully. For example, say I'm doing a lat pull down, and then in my head I'm like, you know what, me doing this lat pull down will make me look more aesthetic, will give me a wider V taper, will do whatever benefit I want for me. Then the thing is, that is actually the benefit I will get. If you go to the gym and you're doing bicep curls and you don't care about bicep curls whatsoever, whatever you're doing, the only thing in your head is some schoolwork or some random rubbish that you've got going on in your life, then the thing is, you won't get the most amount of benefit from that bicep curl. It's not science or whatever, but it's just trial and error. Is something that I've discovered. Next thing you want to do is, say you want to lose weight, you always want to do cardio every single day. Even when you finish losing weight, like say you finish your cut, you always want to continue doing cardio, simply because you continuing doing cardio, it will train your heart, and training your heart has massive amount of benefit. For someone who's quite young, for someone who, most of you who are watching my videos are probably less than, probably about 40-50 years old, so for most people their heart will be in fit condition, they'll be all right. But because your heart is in good condition, your heart rate will stay lower. It will be easier for your heart to pump blood around the body, which is very efficient. It is not very taxing on the heart. You are very low risk for a heart attack compared to someone who has a high resting heart rate. And another thing, when you're doing more cardio, obviously you're burning more calories, you're more active, so you have the ability to eat more, you have more caloric allowance. If you're someone who goes to the gym, of course, moving weights, doing whatever else, it does burn calories, but doing cardio as well gives you that extra barrier, that extra allowance. So try and make sure you do cardio every single day. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, like you don't have to go and run marathons, you don't have to go doing sprints every single day. All you need to do is get on the treadmill for around 20 to 50 minutes. It's winter right now, so I would recommend a treadmill, but if you can go outside as well, that would be ideal. And what you would do is you would basically walk at a brisk pace, and what brisk means is you basically walk quite fast. Ideally, if you can find like a hilly area where there's a bit of incline, there's a bit of decline, then that's ideal too. But if you're someone who predominantly you go to the gym to get your exercise, go on the treadmill for around 20 to 30 minutes, put it on about 8 incline, and put the speed to around 3.5 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour, and just stick to that about 20-30 minutes. Don't hold on to the sides, because when you hold on to the sides, basically the sides are carrying you and dragging you through the workout. So try and avoid that. And when it comes to building muscle, of course, protein is the building block for building muscle, and especially as a brown guy as well, because I also neglect, but because I wasn't a massive consumer of protein when I was first working out. Make sure you have as much protein as you possibly can. I'll be honest, have as much as you can. If you want to slap a number on it, 0.7 to 1 gram of protein every single day will be ideal. It will keep you in good stead, will keep you going, building muscle, recovery, feeling good in the gym as well. And ensure you hit that as often as you can, pretty much. You don't want to dip underneath that, simply because you can become a bit complacent and you'll be like, you know what, yesterday I say you hit 100 grams of protein instead of 150 or whatever you needed to eat. Then you might be like, you know what, I'm going to stick to 100. But ideally, you just eat as much as you can, as much protein as you can within your caloric allowance. And of course, if you're losing weight, make sure you're eating a little bit less, around 250 to 300 calories less at the beginning. Once that stops, or once that pauses, then you want to go for around 500 calories. And not the science, but the numbers behind that is because a pound of fat has 500 calories. And if you are on a 500 calorie deficit every single day for a week, that simple maths is 500 times 7, which is 3,500, and a pound of fat has 3,500 calories. So every single week, as long as you're doing everything else correctly, you're counting your calories properly, your protein is fine, you will be losing 1 pound of fat every single week. And a pound of fat, people think, you know what, I'm losing 1 pound, what difference does it make? If you lose 1 pound every single week for a year, you're 52 pounds of fat down, literally just fat, not anything else. And just say you put 52 pounds of fat on your body right now, you'll probably be obese. You'll probably have some kind of autoimmune disease. Your heart would be horrible. You'll probably get tired walking up the stairs. So don't underestimate the aggregation of small margins, because it is massive in the long term. If you can continue doing that, let's just say you continue losing 1 pound of fat for, let's just say, a year and a half, 18 months, especially if you're someone who has a lot of fat to lose. Even if you don't have a lot of fat to lose, you just be in very, very good condition. You probably get to a point where where the fat loss stops because your body adjusts to what you're doing. Then you can like start eating properly. You can have a lot more protein, have a lot more caloric allowance, and you can literally get massive. So yeah, make sure you use the law. Work expands to fill the time available for its completion. And yeah, it will be a big, what's the word? It will be a big eye opener, because you'll see how much time you actually waste. And if you're interested in losing fat, in building muscle, in nutrition, in recovery, in anything else, in talking with myself, free one-to-one calls, then consider joining my free school community. The link will be in the description below, the first one. Click on that. Thank you.